Boom! Tip number one, don't fall for this. Oh hi, my name's Gwyneth, I'm 18 and my boyfriend doesn't know I'm here. Nah, I'm only joking, but although, look how sexy I look with like silver hair. Like, Jimmy Bullard, mate, eat your heart out, son. I might keep it, but like it's Brett now. But on a serious note, don't fall for casting couch. Honestly, oh god. But the real tip one is make sure you've got some good friends. Okay, there's gonna be friends out there who will influence you. And obviously you'll be making wrong decisions, as they say. Oh my god, like they say. But I can't take myself serious. I can't stop looking at myself. I think I look gorgeous. Nah. Oh, he's gorgeous! But sorry. Oh, look at it! Oh, look, Aquaman! Aquaman! Post body though. Post Aquaman. You know, I let myself go a little bit. You know, dad bod. But anyway, yeah, like I said, make sure you've got a good network around you. That's really going to kickstart your mental health. So when I look back at my uni, the people I had around me were just, they supported me so much, and I supported them as well. Even if it was just from studying, just from going out to social events and creating things. So make sure you've got a really good network around you. The people who are in your course who are going to be a little bit more, let's say, dickheads, that they're not going to... I can't stop looking at myself. What's going on? He's gorgeous. No, yeah, obviously, like I said, so tip number one is make sure you've got a really good network around you. That's friends and family. Cut ties if you need to. So university is quite a big sacrifice. Oh, playing my hair. So university is a big sacrifice. So make sure you know that you've got people around you who will support all your decisions. Tip number two. When it comes to uni work and assignments, prioritise your time. This is going to be one of the most contribution to why you're stressed, your anxiety, you're going to be going crazy about it. Trust me, I know when you get an assignment, you've got maybe 2 months to get it in. It's like a 2,000 word essay. You're kind of sitting there going, do you know what? I'll do it then. But when I went to university, as soon as I got an assignment, I would literally go home that night while it's still fresh in your head and write the first 500 words. You know, it doesn't have to be great. Just get loads of it onto like a Word document, and then you've got time to edit it, go through it, get teachers to go through it as well. Trust me, if I didn't do all my work very early, I don't think I'd have got through uni with a half decent grade. And with exams, my biggest tip is wherever you spend the most time. So for me, it was kind of obviously just your main areas, so like your bedroom, even the bathroom, if you know what I mean, when you need number two. Now, when you have a bath now, I literally put posters around of all sort of exam questions, exam answers, and you kind of, they do stick in your head, as stupid as it sounds, and when you're kind of always revising. So don't sit there at a book, because I can't study like that. I mean, there's certain things you have to like read, but I find just like doing posters, doing stupid like flip cards and you have to answer the question is very easy to do. And use someone as well who's in the same situation. I find a lot of people in university will kind of cut themselves off, and it's kind of everyone for themselves. To a certain extent it is, but you need to make sure you are helping each other as well. So grab kind of like your flatmate, someone in your class, and kind of revise with them. I had a few friends who I did it with, and it helps so much more, because when you're feeling stupid, they're feeling the exact same. So don't close yourself off, because you'll start getting all these negative thoughts, which I think exams and assignments are one of the main reasons kind of like the suicide rate is so high, because there's a lot of pressure put on them just to do well. Like everyone was like, you don't want to get a 2-2, you don't want to get a third, but at the end of the day, these results may come through like that. Like for example, like, you know, I got worse results in others, and then I got really good in some others, and then my friends were the opposite. Do you know what I mean? So where you're stronger, your friends will be weaker, and where you're weaker, sometimes your friends are stronger. So you need to use each other and help support each other. But with the exam pressure and the assignments, I don't really believe, especially with exams, like the biggest thing I see is like you have like an hour to do an exam, but they always say you can't learn something, or you can't write an assignment overnight, but they expect you to do an exam in an hour. It makes no sense. There's so much pressure on you to do well, but try your best, and if it doesn't go well, don't worry about it. Tip number 3. Boom! Tip number 3, thank you Gareth, is going to be Freshers Week. It sounds so cliche, but Freshers Week is one of the key weeks to meeting new people, finding out all sort of like what teams and like societies you can join, I know when I went to Freshers Week, there was just so much, like, you could do like American football, rugby, Quidditch. Who doesn't want to do Quidditch? I know, I don't know why I didn't do it, but there was a geezer dressed as a golden snitch, so I didn't really want to chase him. It felt a bit weird. And then once when I was walking through there, they had like a Dungeons and Dragons sort of thing. I got shot with a foam arrow. Not the ideal ones, if I'm being honest. But that being said, Freshers Week is a great place to find, especially like deals and stuff. So like if you like, you're worrying about money in terms of like budgeting, they give you loads of like where the local sort of like supermarkets are. So we can't all afford to go to Waitrose, sweetheart, you know? Yeah, most times as well you get loads of discounts. Like sometimes you get like a book full of discounts, especially like pizza. Winner! Who doesn't like pizza? There's loads. Honestly, it's just I couldn't now stand here and list them all off. There's games. There's like fashion, music, all of like anything you're into. There'd be some sort of weirdo ready to talk to you. No, I'm joking. There'd be someone ready to kind of sit there and have the same interest as well. Your time as well with it. So when you're looking around, take your time. You know, find out other people. I mean, you don't have to be friends with someone who's got the same interests. You know. You have to be friends with whoever you feel comfortable with. So they might not be the same interest, but they've got the same sort of like mental drive to do well, and you just like that sort of person. And not all the people you'd want to hang around with are going to be on your course. So a big thing for me, which I had to adapt to, was you need to go outside your little box in the sense and adventure. You're on your own. So university is sort of that first initial adulthood in the sense. So you're on your own to a certain degree, you know. You haven't got mummy and daddy, or most of them, like most people don't have mummy and daddy to sit there and help you and cook your food and do everything for you. So really adventure out, enjoy it a little bit. So find yourself, yeah, more than anything, find yourself, and you'll grow, you'll adapt from it. And I can't explain it because it's cringy. Like to explain, like you're gonna fly the nest, but you do. Like it's just naturally, like you just learn to adapt and basically fend for yourself, which is good. So going back to the actual tip, go to Freshers Week. A lot of people avoid it. It's not all about getting pissed. Although that is good. Just enjoy meeting people, learning new things, and put yourself out there. Never be afraid. Tip number 4. Boom. Tip number 4. Is to stay on top of your mental health by getting into a hobby. If you're like me and you want to pick weights up and put them straight back down again for enjoyment, crack on with the gym. There's loads and loads of sports teams, netball, football, American football, all of them. Give them a go. Why not? So, what I was saying before I got really interrupted, what you need to do is sink your teeth into some sort of sport, fitness, training, whatever it might be. You've got, with mental health, you get a lot of negative energy. So for example, like one of mine was aggression. So going to the gym really helped me just kind of use all that energy to kind of lift weights and obviously change your physique. Change your physique. So when I first started like uni, I did kind of get up to kind of like 92 kilos, which was for me, which was quite big. And then obviously, you know, I had all this negative energy, started getting into the gym a lot, had the ambition to compete with it. And dropped all the way down to 66 kilos for stage. So, you know, all that uni work you got on top of you, and the stress, like going to the gym was just that 1 hour, maybe 1 or 2 hours where you could feel invincible, and, you know, it's somewhat you'd control your mental health. But then also I was doing MMA as well, a lot of aggression being taken out of there as well. So I would highly recommend, especially on Freshers Week, and as I said, it links into Freshers Week, because Freshers Week, they've got so many stalls about, so all different teams. Sign up for them, even if you think you hate them. Sign up for the chess team. When I was in middle school, I was the captain of the chess team. Don't tell anyone, alright? But, yeah, I'd 100%, with all this negative energy, put it into something good. So, no matter what sort of negative situation you're in, you've got to take a positive. Like today, for example. So, today is actually the day I would have buried, or cremated my dad, sorry. So, it is quite a hard day. So, you know, it's easily for you to be like, oh, do you know what, I'm going to go home, I'm just going to eat loads of food, I'm going to be sad. But no, instead of, you know, I've gotten up, I've gone to the gym, I've had a really good workout, so, you know, I feel a lot more better. And that's me taking a positive from a negative situation. You know, also I've had, like, someone who's really special to me, her birthday is today, so, you know, like, I don't even think about my dad today, which is great. So there's always a positive no matter where you go. So look for the positive, But try something new, okay? Number 5, got to manage your money better. So when it comes to living at uni, it's going to cost a lot. So budget your money, spend wisely, and it's going to help with your mental health. I mean, one of the things I always worried about was money. And obviously don't spend it all on alcohol. But yeah, manage your money, take your time with it, and don't be scared to ask for help. So ask some of your flatmates to kind of go halves on food, and use like cheap alternatives like Aldi, Lidl, Asda even. And obviously just budget your food and you'll be fine. And finally guys, don't take uni mega like mentally seriously. I say take it seriously obviously in the sense of getting the work done, getting your degree, but overall like it's no matter what, the biggest thing is it's a learning curve. So don't worry so much if something doesn't go your way. It's designed to test you, especially that first year. So with the first year I was always told it's like a learning curve. I mean, especially stepping up from kind of like A levels to your first year, you're going to be overwhelmed, you're going to be stressed, you're going to feel that you can't do it. But the first year, like I tried my hardest in the first year, but it didn't actually calculate anything in my final year. So just double check to make sure that your first year is kind of like a basic learning curve into getting into sort of like getting deadlines set, assignments in on time, exam prep, everything like that. And then use some of the tips that I've talked about in this video as well. But most importantly, if you do start feeling kind of like overwhelmed by it, under pressure to do, like, not porn, you know, the stuff. But yeah, like if you feel like under pressure and you feel like you've got no one to talk to, then please break out, even if it's just to family members or a friend back home or whoever. Just make sure you are talking to someone about it, because there was times where you want to break down. I remember my final exams, I thought if I don't get this certain grade, then I'm going to be such a failure, especially leading up to like my dad. I can remember sitting there thinking like I'm going to let my dad down. But just getting to university is one of the greatest achievements, so you should hold your head high for literally just stepping into day one. So take your time through things. My biggest tip is set deadlines, enjoy yourself, so have a social life, use Freshers Week. You know, don't just bring an STI back from Freshers Week. Make sure you are bringing back kind of like some sort of like friendships, and get to know people, maybe even like hobbies and that like we talked about. So pick up a hobby. Training was my stress relief. So like I remember I'd literally get home from uni, I'd pack a bag full of food and stuff, I'd then go train for an hour, and then I'd go to the library and I'd literally knock out all my work until like 1, 2 a.m. And that is the thing as well, you're going to have to sacrifice a lot of time in terms of getting stuff done. I mean, within a 7-day block, let's say you go to uni, like 3 days of that, so you still got plenty of time to kind of even just do like 1 or 2 hours here and there. I mean, you don't need to waste like 6, 7, 8 hours doing work. You really don't. Like, that's kind of a myth, I think. I think like a couple of hours and then you need a break. So a couple of hours, go to the gym, a couple of hours, go see your friends, and just enjoy the uni experience. Because trust me, like looking back, I wish I enjoyed so much more in terms of going out, like the events they do, just stupid stuff like with like kind of like your housemates in the sense of like the people who you're around. But enjoy it. As hard as it is going to be, enjoy it. Take your time. And if you are struggling, please speak out about it. And leave your comments below if you need any sort of questions answered about uni, or if you're about to go to uni, or if you're currently in like your first, second or third year, or even higher. Let me know. I want to know how kind of like you're feeling. If you need any advice, like I said, drop us a message on @_legacybros on Instagram, and we'll be sure to get back to you and help. Okay? Remember, break the silence.